This ain't on the test. This ain't on the test. This ain't on the test with your host Brandon in bed. This ain't on the test. This ain't on the test. This ain't on the test with your host Brandon in bed. And
Hey, Brandon.
hey, mama.
How you doing today?
Oh, girl. Good. So good.
That's the kind of foolishness I'm talking about. I love it when you
Yes.
good. I
How
love
you
it when
doing,
you good.
girl?
I'm fabulous. I am enjoying life because life needs to be enjoyed.
I know that's right. Well, welcome back, everybody, to This Ain't on the Test with your host, Brandon and Beth, your favorite teacher
Hey,
besties, out here doing the Lord's work, making sure Black teachers stay in spaces because we need to be up in these schools.
because we're important and necessary. Come on now.
And is and are. Okay? Okay.
It is.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
come
a
on,
good
Cardi
tongue
B.
roll. You heard? Okay.
Come on. Yes.
Okay. So we're all before we get into it, we always go over
hmm
our ground rules. So what are our ground rules, Mama?
In this space, we rep the culture.
Rep
We
the culture.
respect the culture. We
Boop,
educate the culture. And then
boop, boop,
we protect the culture.
boop, boop, boop.
What, you may ask, is the culture? Let me tell you what the culture is. Is who, what, where, and why we are.
Hello. Good
Okay?
morning.
I said it. I said it. It's the way we it's the way we move, it's the way we groove, it's the way we act, it's the way we think. It's just who, what, where, when, and why we are, and everything that we are capable of. And baby, that deserves to be repped. It deserves to be respected. Don't disrespect it. Don't call us out our name, which has been occurring lately. Don't just treat us any kind of way. Don't do that. Don't treat our babies like that. Don't treat our teachers like that. Just don't do that. Don't do that. We're going to educate the culture because those of us that move and groove and live like us deserve to be the best versions of ourselves as possible. So we
Amen.
educate the culture
Mm-hmm.
and then we protect that thing. If it's going to be this magical, it
Protection.
deserves to be protected. We're going to bubble wrap that thing and keep it safe from all hurt, harm, and
Harm and
danger.
danger.
In this space, we rep the culture.
Rep the culture, baby.
Culture, yes. You better.
I'm on my
You
Nicki Minaj.
better.
Okay, and we would not be a teacher podcast if we did not have a listening objective. So by the end of today's
Mhm.
episode, our This Ain't on the Test listeners will be able to, what's this episode about again?
Listen, this episode today is all about, but did you die?
But did you die? Yes. Okay. By the end of this episode, our listeners will be able to identify
Mm-hmm.
opportunities
Mm-hmm.
to prioritize
Uh-oh.
themselves
I
in
love
the
it.
workplace. Mm-hmm,
You better.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm,
better
mm-hmm. One more
identify
time.
opportunities to prioritize their health in the workspace. Is that
That's what
what
I
you said?
said. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
said. That's what I
Indeed.
said.
Indeed.
That's what
Indeed.
I said. Because if a teacher don't do nothing else, we will put ourselves last.
Ooh, on a long list of things to do.
Honey, everything is more important than whatever I got to do for branding.
And
Everything is.
that can't be right. That just cannot
It
be right.
can be.
So that's your objective for today. All my listening people out there, all my looking people out there, that's what you're going to know by the time you finish this conversation, that you
Okay?
are important enough to be
You is
up on the
kind.
list.
You is smart.
Come on.
You is
And you is.
important. And do not go into the sunken place in these schools.
My God. Because
Make
it's
sure
there.
it's there. Don't drink the
It's there.
tea. It's there.
Don't do it. Do
Okay?
not do it.
Zanzue, 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 zanzue.
So while we even talking about this, let's discuss. Let's discuss because the topic again is, but did
But
you
did you
die?
die?
And can I kick it off? Can I kick
Please
it
do,
off?
girl. Please
Can I?
do.
Because for those that may
Please.
not know, I got 25 years in the classroom, and so in those 25 years, things had occurred, and I put everything that occurred on the back burner. I can start from day one, Brandon. From day one, from
Tell
student
me.
teaching.
Oh, yes, girl. Tell them about that. Because I was there. Tell them about that.
I started student teaching the day after my mother died.
Mm.
I didn't have time to grieve. I didn't have time to break down. I didn't have time to stop because I needed to start teaching. I needed to stay on this track because they told me how important it was that I fulfilled what was given to me. They gave me a timeline and I had to do it. And so I was pregnant and my mama died unexpectedly.
Mm.
And I still showed up that Monday ready to do what I needed to do the day after my mother died. So from the beginning, nobody prioritized me. And that is how I taught for at least 20 of those 25 years, saying, I can't, the kids have to be more important than me. The school has to be more important than me. The mission has to be more important than me. The test score has got to be more important than me, my kids, my husband, my house, my dog. Everything else is less important than everything else. And that, my friends in the listening and viewing audience, is not right. And I don't want you to wait until you are 25 years in, until you are 60 years old, to decide that maybe I'm as important as everybody else. So
Not
let's just
even
start with
more
that.
important. You didn't even say that you were more important than everybody else. You ain't out here being like, no, I'm the Dom Diva. You said just as important. Just
Just
the same amount that I'm putting in for the babies is somebody putting that in for me. And is
and that
that
answer is
somebody
no.
myself? And the answer is
There you go.
always no. The
There it
answer is
is.
always no. I'm only in my 13th year. I say only like I've only,
Oh,
that's
but
still a
that's a
decent
big
amount
deal,
of
right?
time.
Right? Right?
I'm in my 13th full school year, and prioritizing yourself has become more acceptable recently, but it still is not something that is encouraged. It is like, we ain't gonna fight you on it. Like, oh, you calling out? Okay, we'll get the internal coverage. We'll do the things. We'll cover things like that.
But it
But
always seems
it's
like an inconvenience.
it is. It's always the anxiety. Let's talk about that. So we've talked about this in previous episodes. I am a neurodivergent teacher, but I feel like a lot of people deal with anxiety when it comes to calling out, whether you're
Right.
neurotypical or not. The pressure of having to call your boss, and I feel like, because I have a partner who's not in education, and they can call their boss. They ain't even got to call. They will send a text or email about how they're not coming in a heartbeat. No guilt, no remorse. I just
Yeah.
ain't gonna be
Yeah.
there. Y'all
Yeah.
figure it out. Me, I'm like, oh God, like, I'm thinking about everybody else's schedule. I'm looking at the calendar of events. I'm like, well, if I'm not there today, then is there an assembly this
Yeah.
afternoon? Is
Because
it Fun Friday? Am I,
all of it's
oh,
on
who
you.
gonna do the
All of
lunch
it's on
duty, the
you.
recess duty?
All of
If
it's
they
on
have a
you.
trip that day, I can't miss that day. I'm gonna have to be sick tomorrow. I can only be a
And
little
then
sick
they
today.
romanticize and they prioritize all the teachers that do that. They send videos out of teachers in their hospital bed grading papers and calling people on their wedding days doing, and I'm like, that's not cute.
That's toxic. That's abuse.
Okay, it's not cute.
Anybody
It's
else
not
would call
cute.
that, like, it's not Munchausen. Is it Stockholm syndrome?
Yes, when you fall in love with your when you fall in love with your captor. Okay, it's
That's
something
what I
wrong.
mean. Like,
Think of
we're
words
out
that's
here.
wrong. It's something wrong.
Like, why would we ever celebrate the fact that you weren't willing to take any time for yourself on things that are most important?
Okay, and why is it so hard to take a break? Why do they make you jump through 29 different hoops? When your partner takes a day off, they don't have to fill out a form. They don't have to do a dance,
No.
sing a song, show up.
They don't have to provide work for other people to do. They don't have to
Okay, and
pre-do
make
the
sure the
work that's
whole
gonna
day,
be missing.
make sure the
I
sun
gotta
still
find
rises.
my own coverage. No, they don't have to do that.
They don't have to do. They just don't. They just get the chance to be themselves.
Just, I'm not there that day. Oh
You
well.
know, when I recall again being on vacation because I took a day off in the middle of the school time and I went to Jamaica. And I remember being on FaceTime, being on Zoom with my students on the beach with the camera up toward the sky so they didn't see my bathing suit, talking through math problems because the sub had contacted me and said, I don't understand how to do this. I got you.
Girl,
No worries. On my
too many times.
vacation.
Too many
On my
times to count.
vacation.
I've had COVID about 4 times since
You
COVID
always
came
have
out.
COVID. You always
I
have
get it.
COVID.
I
Me
stay with
too.
COVID.
Me
So
too.
I have had COVID like 4 times, and every single time that I am out sick,
100, 200, 300, 4-degree fever. Brain is literally melting. And I'm texting, or I'm on Google Classroom responding to kids, or I'm answering voicemails and text messages and stuff on how to help you get to this website or to that website, or I'm stuck on this problem. Kids emailing me and Clever and stuff for anybody who uses Clever. It's just an LMS, just a learning management system. But kids emailing me and I'm working through stuff. Parents texting me. I'm dying. I'm dying.
Literally. But before I died, let me explain how to solve these problems. What?
So let's talk about the inspiration for the title of this episode, because that was my little like story of how I
And again,
knew.
the title is But Did You Die? Go ahead and
But did
explain
you
it.
die? So I was trigger warning. Beep beep beep. I'll put this into the situation.
into
Beep
the
beep
description
beep.
of this video, yes.
Right. Trigger warning. So I um I'm not gonna say suffer, because I don't suffer. I thrive. But I navigate a life with depression and anxiety, right? And I was having this really difficult moment in about 4 years ago in the classroom. And I was like, I could not function. Like I was coming to work every single day, still wasn't taking off. I was crying in my closet during breaks. I was
Mm,
assigning video lessons instead of teaching live because I just couldn't get the energy to turn on in front of
mm.
children. Like I was struggling with my depression. And, the kids and the teachers started to talk to my principal, like, Marshall over there crying. Like, she don't never cry at work. Oh, Shorty is crying in the teacher's lounge. People stopping me. I'm supposed to be getting coffee and stuff. And they're like, how's your day going, Miss? And I just start bawling randomly. Like, I could not keep it together. Never in front of my kids. I don't know what rule that is that we made up as
That
teachers. We're
teachers are
like,
not human. We're just not going to be human,
right.
right?
You never break down in front of your kids. You never let them see you cry, right? But every moment that them children walked out of the room, I would fall apart. I could only keep it together for them 90-minute blocks. And I called my principal, and principal's like, well, I didn't call them. They called me. And they're like, what's all of this I hear about you crying at work? We don't cry at work. I hope you ain't letting these 12-year-olds get under your skin. And I'm like, it's not them. I'm having a really hard time. And, my psychiatrist is telling me I should take a leave of absence, having suicidal ideations. Like my depression is just really bad. And my principal, and at the moment, I found it incredibly insensitive, but it also was incredibly honest, and it shifted my entire perspective. She was like, let me tell you the truth. The worst thing happened. Say you do end up doing something to yourself. All I'm going to do is replace you. They're going to have a new teacher within a week. So you decide what's more important to you.
Mm,
And it
mm.
hurt my feelings, um, because I was literally like going through all of this and still showing up every single day. Like I thought that that would be recognized or celebrated in some way,
Celebrated, right, right.
but it wasn't. It was just like, girl, what you do all of that for? If you die, I'm just going to hire someone else. Like they still gonna go to math class with or without you. So figure out what you about to do. Um, Hence, but did you die? I did not. Thank God. I went and took my break and got some help, but it shifted everything for me. Where I was just like, at the end of the day, these 180 days cannot make or break my entire life.
And that is the realization right there, daughter, is that it can't be the be all and end all of your whole entire life. It just
Mm-mm.
absolutely cannot be. It's a job. It's
It's
an
a job.
amazing job. It's a calling. It's a ministry. It is necessary. It is vital and important. And only certain people should be allowed to interact with the future in the way that we do, because it is a
Mm-hmm.
life changing thing to pour into people's children. So I don't take it lightly. I am privileged to be able to do it. It is not all that I am.
No.
And it is not all that you are, teachers out there in the world. It is not. It is the job that you do. It is not the human being that you are. And you need to remember that the human being that you are will hopefully, God willing, far outlast your time in the classroom.
Yes.
Far outlasted. And if you don't keep that person happy, healthy, whole, and sane, then what use is it? And that was good. I mean,
That
happy,
was
healthy,
good.
whole, and
Whole and
sane.
sane.
If you don't keep that person wrapped up and together, what use is it? We have all seen them 90-year-old teachers that still shuffling into the building because they don't have a life, because they haven't prepared for the next chapter. Every next chapter should be better than the chapter before it in your life. Okay. I'm speaking from the perspective of somebody who's 60 years old, and I'm just getting real good at this thing. I'm really having fun in my life. And what if I thought I had to stay in the classroom? What if I didn't take care of myself? What if I hadn't changed the way I thought and decided that what I need to do is take care of me and prioritize me and mine, at least as much as everybody else's?
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that I'm the queen and everybody else is peasants. I'm saying I'm at least as important as the other humans involved in this classroom. If I don't feel well, I can stay home. And I don't have to punish myself by staying home and grading papers. I have come to work and literally put caution tape around my desk because I had strep throat, but the test was coming. And who was going to teach my 8th grade math babies? Because the test matters in 8th grade. It goes on the whole school scores. So the weight of the whole school is on me because I'm teaching 8th grade math. And those are the scores that make the test scores for what we say, CCRPI scores and blah, 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 blah. But it's what the schools are measured by for non-teaching people. And so it was all on me. So if I took off 4 days to get better, the whole school's going to get shut down. Nobody's going to have a job, and all the students going to be dumb, and everybody's going back to kindergarten from 8th grade, and they're never going to graduate in their lives, because that's how we're made to feel, that if I don't show up, the building's going to fall down. My pastor, an amazing human being on the planet, once said, we have a really big building in our church, and he said, if the walls start to crumble, and I run around trying to hold up every piece of the wall in here, it's going to fall on my head. But there are over 4,000 members. So if everybody take one spot in the wall and be responsible for it and hold it, the building will stand. And that's how we got to look at teaching. I'm only responsible for what I can do. If I'm running around trying to be the administrator, the counselor, the cook, the custodian, the teacher, the parent, the driver, the bus driver, the graduation coach, everything, then nothing's going to get done, because I do nothing well, I do nothing completely. And if I'm not whole, healthy, and happy, then what I give to you is crap, because it's coming from a crappy place. But if I'm happy and if I'm content, if I took a day off and if I slept in late, if I went to Dunkin' Donuts and got me a little coffee and a donut, the world wouldn't end, and I come in so happy. It's not every day and it's not all the time, but if I take those moments for me, I am better for them.
Yes.
If you take a knee, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, that, to build on that, hand signal for the classroom, to build on that, one of the reasons you are such an impactful teacher is because of the human being that you are. The thing that makes your classroom run, like the reason that everybody's classroom is different is because of the human being that runs that classroom. I can't even do what I'm called to do, what I'm destined to do, because I can teach the mess out some math, okay?
You better.
I can teach the maths, okay?
You better.
But I teach math really well because of my personality. I teach math really well because of the way my mind works, because of my thoughtfulness, and the routines and procedures and things that I come up with are all a part of who I am. Everybody's classroom runs that way. That's why your routines never looked like my routines, because we ain't the same person. Very, very close. But we ain't the same person. So if that person's not healthy, happy, and whole, like Mama said, even the thing that you're showing up to do, you can't even do good.
And there it is. Your mission is, your mind's on the mission, but you can't complete it. I'm a prior military person. I'm prior Marine. Thank myself for my own service. So I thank myself for my service. You better put that down. No, she tried to salute, and that's a no.
Semper Fidelis.
Yes. All right. Moving forward past that. But one of the things I learned in the Marine Corps is that I am only as strong as I can be. I can only give you what I got. If I ain't got it, I can't give it to you. If I come into that classroom and I'm sick, or I'm tired, or I'm just sleepy, or I simply need a break, don't wait till something's wrong to decide you need a break. I could be having the best days ever and said, I'm going to take Friday off because I can. Because I can. I'm not sick. I'm not tired. I'm not ill. I'm not traveling. No one died. I'm not going to a conference.
You don't have to defend it.
I'm taking a break because I'm taking a break because I'm an adult and I'm taking a break. Okay.
Now, I will say now,
What would
don't
you say?
abuse it, teachers.
You can't take all the breaks.
Don't abuse it, teachers. Now, don't just be like every other Friday, I'm taking off, for my mental health, okay? Because that's how I like to take care of my. Don't do that. You
Yeah,
do have a
don't do
job to
that.
do. We are, and our job
You
is
signed up.
different.
You signed a contract.
Okay, and our job is different. Now, that is something I debate with my fiance about a lot,
I'm sorry. No,
right?
no, no.
Like
With who?
my fiance.
Okay, go ahead.
Our jobs are different, and you've said the same thing with Papa, my daddy. Like, I can't just be calling out all willy nilly. I do have a job that impacts people's lives. It's not an office job. It's not a clock in, clock out. I do have to be considerate of how my presence can impact the school community at large. However, being considerate and letting that take priority over my own needs is not the same thing. Right? Be considerate. If there's nothing actually wrong with you and you good and you just don't feel like it, but 3 other people on your team are out today, maybe that's not the best day. It's like go to work.
Because you are part of a team.
Yeah, go to work.
Go to work.
But if like you got to make sure that you're checking the signs, that you know yourself, because I know when I'm starting to get to that point, when every single thing a child does gets under my skin, I say, well, I might need a little break because little Bobby keep looking at me and it make me want to go off. And that's probably when I might need take a little step. Okay. So be mindful, be cognizant, make sure that you're being a productive and positive member of the school community, but that community is not more important than your own health. It's definitely not more important than your mental health. And if the doctor, like if you go talk to the lady, like you sitting on the couch talking to the lady and the lady say, you should probably go take a break. Listen to the lady.
You should take a break. Take a break.
Listen to the lady. The fact that my psychiatrist was like, you need to take a full leave of absence. Like Shorty wanted me to go on FMLA. And I was just like, no, but algebra. Like,
what about the students? Right.
Not worth it. Listen to the lady. But it is a very big difference between being considerate and lacking the ability to prioritize yourself.
And I will also say even a little bit further is that when you prioritize your health and your wealth and your mental health and your well-being, you will care about the people around you. You will care about your students. You will care about your co-teachers. You will not want to just leave people in a lurch because you don't want anybody to do that to you. But you can plan.
Yes.
Plan breaks. Plan them. Everybody that knows me knows the first weekend in December, where I'm going, Brandon?
Jamaica.
Every first weekend in December, I'm going to go to Jamaica. There's a group of friends that I go. And for years, I didn't want to go because that's not during Christmas break. It's not during Thanksgiving break. It's not during summer break. It's not during spring break. So I can't go because I can only do things on those times. Baby, I'm alive 365 days a year. I can do things when I need to. But because I know that I'm going to take 3 days off in December, I plan my butt off. There is work. My sub is already planned. My work is already done. The students know exactly where I'm going because it's not a secret. Baby, I want to teach you now that you should plan for fun. You should plan for joy, but you should also plan to make money. Plan. We plan for things. So I would tell them, just counting down to Jamaica. I'm going to bring y'all back some pictures. I'm not bringing 100 of your presents, but I'm going to bring you back pictures so you can see. Because I want you to also see there's a whole world, and I want you to go see it.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to see the world during summer break. You can see the world when it's time to see the world. Yeah. Okay? But I would plan for it. So nobody could say, she just left us. She don't care. Now, you keep your money because they told me I can only take 3 days out in the school year. For my non-teachers out there in the world, we only got 3 paid days off a year. I can only take 3 days. I could take sick days, but I need to know from my doctor. But if I just want to take a day off, I only get 3 in the school year in Chatham County. Oh, we might need to edit that out. But in this county, or say it, because it's what it is.
I mean, that's 3. The law. Like,
it's 3. You only get 3 personal days. I don't have to explain to nobody why I'm not
work there no more.
I do not. I'm retired, for anybody wondering. But you only get 3 days in the whole school year from August to May. And you take 3 days off.
Just okay?
3. Just 3. 1, 2, 3. So I used all 3 to go to Jamaica. So I have to explain that to me because I don't want to lie to you because I'm going to post my pictures online. I took them 3 days and I made sure that I scheduled them so that everybody knew. So you just have to make sure when you're this is real life, baby. There's a cat. It's real life. So we just gonna move on. It's real life. Because it's real life. Okay.
Yes.
Just remember to schedule your time. Plan for breaks. I can't take a day today, a day tomorrow, a day next week because it's school. It's not the same as when I
Yeah.
drove a forklift or when I worked in a grocery store and things like that. It's not the same type of job. But I know that this is what September. We'll say it's October. I might
Mm-hmm.
need a break someday in October, and I might look and see
Mm-hmm.
when there's not a test or something. And I say I'm gonna take this
Yeah.
day, and I'm gonna take a break. And it's going. And if I plan, I'm not inconveniencing anybody. So
Right.
you
Be
gotta
intentional.
be intentional because your health is worth it. Yeah, it's
Be
worth it.
intentional. Yeah. I completely echo that. Like I said, I feel like this is the first time that I've ever looked at my career as the job that it is, because it used to be, I always used to say, like, teaching is a lifestyle. Like, teaching is a lifestyle choice. It changes everything about how you do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how you dress, how you travel, how you plan,
Yes,
how you
yes.
talk, like
How
everywhere
you
you
turn up,
go,
all of those things.
all of those things are impacted by you being a
Yeah.
teacher, because God forbid you are out somewhere and you come across a child that you
Then you got
know.
to throw the drink over your shoulder and look sober
Girl,
and
not the
pull your
amount of
skirt down
times,
so it's not too short. All of that.
girl, the amount of
Mm-hmm.
times I've been at gay pride parades and things and heard, that's my
Listen.
math teacher. I'm like, oh God.
Uh huh. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're everywhere. So it is a lifestyle choice, but this has been, I would actually say last year probably has been the first time that I really was like, this is a job that I'm allowed to clock out of. And it doesn't make me a bad educator. It doesn't mean that I care about scholars any less. It doesn't mean that I'm bad at my job or that the other teachers love their kids more than me. I'm allowed to love me too. And at the end of the day, I hate to say it because, we do have in loco parentis. So when they are with us, we actually do have parental rights over the babies. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if non-teacher people know that, but that's a real term. Um, but guess what? They're not actually mine. Like, they're not genuinely my children. That was a hard pill to swallow
Yeah, yeah.
at one point, where I was like, you know what? They actually have other people that are responsible for them.
And you know
And
I struggled with that. Yes.
girl, because you would have your students at our house
They would be at
all
my
the
house,
time,
sitting
at
on the step.
church, in our car, on
Yeah,
the porch, on the
yep.
weekends,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, just children.
Yeah.
And you would have stacks of papers taller than us on
Good
the
Lord.
tables.
Just
So many
always,
papers.
always, every place we went, we'd be on vacations. Like, well, I'm here, but I'm also grading papers in the class.
Yes, like I
I'm
was
here,
always,
but I'm always on the
and it
phone
be,
talking
and
about
it
something.
became like a running joke, like with our friends. Like if you had like non-teacher friends, they'd be like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
she always got XYZ going on. She always does. She always does." No, because I would laugh about it, like, "Oh, teaching never stops." It does.
It does.
It
It
does
does.
stop.
We are not selling our
You stop
souls
it.
to education. We are not
Stop it.
selling our souls to education. We're not.
Stop it.
Say it again. What are we going to do?
Stop it.
Stop it. So
Okay.
important.
You are
Well,
allowed to clock out. It's your job.
so you know what? Did you die?
Yeah. But did you die? Because
If you
guess
take a,
what? The building's still gonna be there when you come back.
I promise you, it will still be there. And if it's not, it wasn't built very well to begin with.
Girl, that
So
ain't got
either
nothing to
way,
do
it's
with you.
not your responsibility. I think we did that pretty well, actually. It was a good conversation.
I concur. And my household is really householding tonight.
I love that for you because
I'm a
this
human
ain't on the
being.
test. You a human being, baby. I think that's the proof in the pudding right there. You got a whole life. You got a partner, you got a cat, you got stuff, you know? And we don't take away from it to become a teacher. You don't have to say, if I got this, I can't have that. You can have it
Right.
all. You just got to
You
balance it,
can.
baby.
Most
So,
definitely. Oh, that was a word. Seeds for growth from our core conversation. You can have
mm-hmm.
it all. You just have to balance.
You better. I'm
Okay.
awesome. I said that.
It is. You can, girl.
You
Or guy
can.
or non-binary pal. I love when
Mm-hmm.
people say that, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. You can have
Have
it
it
all. You
all.
just have to balance.
Yes. But
Yeah.
you should be the most important thing in all of it.
Yes.
And prioritize you. You matter.
Yes. You cannot change the world with broken tools.
Ooh, you so deep.
Oh,
You so
you heard me
deep.
say that.
Oh.
I did. I said it. But
Say it
yeah,
again. Say it again.
you cannot change the world with broken tools.
Come on.
Yes.
And I think we could just stop right there because you got it.
Boop, boop,
Because this ain't on the test,
boop.
baby.
With your host, Brandon, in bed.